Are you trying to just live in peace? Do you have these annoying gnats that come flying in your face? Have you tried everything in your power to stop them from multiplying? How much money have you spent on trying to get rid of these filthy gnats? Well, today is your day with...
Disclaimer, I am not a botanist, nor am I sponsored or paid to do this video.
Hi, how are ya? Hello peepees, aka pet peoples, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm just going to do a quick video on how I controlled my gnats problem. I didn't have a really big gnat problem, I just didn't like seeing them flying around sometimes. Very little here, but I do hate seeing them on my windowsill because I don't know, they're attracted to the light. Anyways, but aren't you annoyed when you're on your phone and this gnat is like all in your face? Like, yeah, I'm over that. But the reason why they do that is because when you breathe out, you're breathing out some sort of carbon dioxide or a small amount of carbon dioxide, and they love that shit. Okay, fungus gnats. Let's talk about fungus gnats. I might get some of these numbers wrong because I'm trying to remember on the top of my head, but basically a adult fungus gnat is going to lay like almost 80 eggs, which is fucking terrifying because only the adult gnats are the ones that are going to fly, and predominantly they are females. So that's how I catch gnats, like this, or like I grab them. Basically, you kill that fucker, one gnat equals 80 less gnats, okay? You kill that one gnat, it's gonna be 80 less gnats for you to worry about in the future. Anyways, adult's gonna lay eggs. It's gonna take about 5 days for it to become a larvae, and about 10 to 15 days it's gonna be in the pupa stage, and that is when they will be somewhat near the surface of your plant substrate or soil, and that's where the party begins. And during that time, I think it was up to 5 days, they will start turning into adult gnats. Obviously in the sticky tape you can probably see that there's really baby gnats looking gnats, and there's like those fat juicy looking full-fledged adult gnats. So basically with the treatments, you're not just going to target the adult gnats, and that's when you're going to have to use more than one option to get this gnat situation under control. So I have tried a lot of products. There are still products that I'm using as like the basic sort of I guess like gnat control, but I'm gonna go through all the products that I have used and some that I still haven't, but I've heard really good things about. So the first one we all know, it's the tapes. You can tell that I bought a shit ton because I just didn't do my research, and I'm like, you know what, I'm just gonna use the sticky tapes and I'm gonna get those fuckers. Aside from the sticky tapes, I also have another variation of the sticky tapes, which is catchy. This works really well. I found that it did get my gnats situation under control. Basically, when you plug this in, it is a fan that will suck the gnats in. There is also a blue light that will turn on, which attracts the gnats, and underneath, stuff down. Underneath is a sticky trap. So all the gnats caught will be stuck onto this tape here. It's not cheap. This one, I think it was about 50 bucks, I want to say. It's well worth it. I actually put this beside my problem child, so it's been working really well. But yeah, so the sticky traps, obviously it's going to target the ones that can move around, which are the adults. Obviously, yeah, catching the adults is going to help control your gnat population, because once they're stuck, they can't lay eggs, right? So I highly recommend you still keep your sticky traps set up while you tackle other stages of the gnats. So I have used mosquito bits. In Vancouver, you can find mosquito dunks, which are these like huge, large donuts. You would have to break them up and make a tea out of it. But I personally bought mosquito bits because I wasn't sure about mosquito dunks, whether they were the same thing or not, because when you read on the internet they always talk about the mosquito bits. And so I have a little bit in this baggie here because I didn't want to haul a huge bag. It did work, but it's something that you have to keep up with, so obviously I didn't do that because I'm freaking lazy. Anyways, same thing, you would have to make a tea out of this and then water your plants. Anyways, so obviously this is going to destroy the younger stages of the gnat's life cycle, but you would have to be consistent with the watering of this. I'm not a very patient person, so I wanted something stronger. I wanted something like ASAP. So after a long time, but I don't generally have a very bad gnat problem. I just don't like it when I see them on the windowsill, because that's like, oh, you have gnats. Before I moved, I made sure that most of my plants didn't really have any gnats, but it's hard to say. Like, even though most of my stuff were in pond, a gnat's gonna be hiding in there one day, and sometimes I top the pond off with moss, so it's iffy. Yeah, so obviously my problem child was my rubber tree plant, which I brought back. It didn't have a gnat problem before. It's just some gnats got in, and then I'm like, oh, well, now this whole plant is infested with gnats. It wasn't terrible. I even topped the soil off with a dressing, which is also another method, because if it's dry or if there's like rocks or sand on it, it's really hard for the gnats to even get in or to get out. Yeah, so I'll do a little close-up of that one. But anyways, water with mosquito dunks or mosquito bits, that works as well. I've also tried other methods like bottom watering, because the gnats like that moisture environment, and that's where like fungal stuff grow. And so if you bottom water, only the bottom substrates will be I guess like moist or wet, and so gnats don't like a dry environment, so naturally they're not going to go for that plant. I've also used something called nematodes, and they're supposed to eat up the larvae. That one didn't do too much either. I give up quite quickly, so that could be the reason why, but I've also tried soil tonic, which they say was very good for gnat control. However, I didn't like how it left my passive hydro plants smelling. It smelled like something was rotting, like it smelled like something died, and so I kind of just used this once. It was supposed to be able to trap all the little gnats from the little, I guess like the foam that it makes. It's like, yeah. Anyways, it didn't really work. What really worked is this. Neem meal. If you haven't used neem, it stinks. I don't like it. I've used the neem oil with a little bit of dish soap. You have to emulsify it and you spray it on top of your substrate. It works. It really does, but it's the smell that I couldn't handle. So that's why I kind of stayed away from neem, knowing that, yeah, it was effective. But recently I was kind of lurking on the internet and I found neem meal, and this stuff is fantastic. I can't rave enough about it because I saw a difference with one treatment. Before I left, I watered my soil-based plants? Is that what you would call it? With one water, ow. I lost all my nails like during my vacation, so I cut them all, so it's like short now. Anyways, I water with one neem meal tea. Absolutely phenomenal. I put fresh sticky trap tapes just to see how much of the gnat population I have, because they would get filled like in a couple of weeks, but I came back and there's only like 10 on one sticky trap, which is amazing. So problem child is on its way from on its way to recovery from the gnat infestation. But yeah, like I don't know exactly how neem works, but I think it works in a way where it really messes up the gnats, not just adult gnats, but the larvae as well. Not saying that like having gnats is a huge issue, and it's totally normal as a plant hobbyist to have gnats. Gnats don't become a problem unless you don't have anything for the larvae to feed on anymore. So if there's no fungus, there are like little microfunguses in your substrate or stuff that the gnat larvae will feed on, then they start feeding on your roots, and that's when it becomes a problem. But yeah, the good thing is like with all these treatments, they have somewhat of a nutrient as well, so you're kind of like fertilizing your plants in a macro nutrient sort of way, so it's not bad at all. And yeah, so if you can deal with the smell of neem, highly recommend this neem cake. It's sold out right now, so just keep watch on the website. I'll link everything down in the description box below, and just get your hands on this. Like, I promise you, this is absolutely wonderful. One last thing that I got is Tamlin drops. I got this from Australia. I don't know if you can get them here in Vancouver, but I know you can get them in the States. It is a safe and non-toxic nutrient additive that's used to keep like growing media and root system free of unwanted visitors. It's natural, so yeah, basically you only need 2 drops per 2 liters, and you just water your plants. You're supposed to drench your plant in it, so I don't really know if it would be good for a passive hydro, no drainage. So I would be a little bit more mindful of that. I've heard really good things about this one. It even has like a freaking little gnat thing on it. So yeah, I might give this a try and not use the neem and see, but I haven't seen any gnats flying in my face for a while. Coming back, there was not a lot of gnats on my sticky trap stickers, so yeah, I'm quite happy with the result of the neem cake, neem meal. So definitely, if you can, get your hands on it. I can't say it enough. It is absolutely like amazing, that product. I'm like, damn, I wish I found this sooner. Like, I spent so much money on getting like the mosquito bits and stuff, and so yeah, that's pretty much it. Also, I wanted to show you my new little setup. I used to have a golden rack there, and I would only get like maybe this much height of like plant, I don't know, what do you even call that, like putting my plants on the rack. But yeah, I bought this very stripper Polish look plant thing. I actually originally wanted the one from Mother because they had lights that came out on each like little shelf, but it's really freaking sketchy. I don't know how it will hold, but honestly, if someone kicked it, it would probably fall right over. I tried to put as much tension as I could, but the thing is, there's like a little screw thing that's supposed to keep it in place. It's not very good. The threading is just trash. But anyways, that's what it looks like. I like it. I did buy extra little shelving things to put in there, but now that I think of it, I don't think I can fit it because, yeah. Excuse the mess. But pretty much I just wanted a little bit more floor space because my plant and the little rack came out way further, and we live in a small condo, so yeah, I just wanted a little bit more foot space or floor space. So yeah, that's my little new change to my plant shelf area, and don't mind my little tripod there. Anyways, if you enjoyed this really short video, very short, uninformative possibly, still please give me a smash on that like button, comment, subscribe if you need to see any, or if you want to see any other videos, please do leave it in the comment box below. I may be slow at replying because YouTube doesn't notify me when I get a comment, so I'm sorry if I kind of come off as if I ignored you. I don't mean it. So if I do see your comment, I will reply to you. And I really hope that if you do have a gnat issue, I hope that you will get it under control ASAP, because I know how annoying they are. So thank you once again, and thank you for your continuing support, continual support. Please don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe, comment, and I will talk to you guys soon. Thank you for always continuing to support my channel. Bye bye.